Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the Skynet channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe, share, and like. So, we're going to go ahead and start with our discussion today regarding about Donald Trump. A little bit, a little while ago, he just wrapped up that conference, and there's a lot of false information, so many things that he lied on. We'll go ahead and check one by one those and debunk them. Before we dive into that, also, he was complaining about some people insiders are saying he was very upset and angry about the crowd size of Kamala Harris, and he also has a lot of problems when it comes crowd size because if we can go back in 2008, Obama had the biggest crowd in his inauguration. So at the same time, in 2017, when he was also sworn, his ceremony he had a lot of people, but it wasn't even enough to compare what Obama had, what he had. But this guy loves so much about crowd. So let me double check here regarding. Oh, okay, there's already what he liked whole bunch of stuff before even some of the stuff they asked him. I mean, he talked about was whether he claimed that he signed the largest tax cut in history. Well, that's false, people, because this claim is false. Analysis found that Trump 2017 Tax Cuts and Job Act was not the largest in history. Instead, they point out that 1981 and also 2023. So, former President Ronald Reagan 1981 package and legislation signed by President Barack Obama were the largest. So, that's not true again. The other thing also he claimed was Hillary Clinton locked her up. He never said that, and it's a lie because we all know that he used to either be quiet or he used to also say lock her up, lock her up. So he's trying to change the subject here, which we are not buying at all. The other claim he made today was Kamala Harris couldn't pass her bar exam. Well, she failed the first time, but she did the second time and she was admitted the Californian bar in 1990. That's what the proof we have, and I'm not sure if he could say she initially failed and passed, that was justifiable. But now there's no way we can justify what he said. Again, he lied. Let's go back to other claims he made today. So he said nobody died in January 6th. Well, we all remember that Ashley Puppet, 35-year-old Air Force veteran, died that day because of his actions. At the same time, we have also Brian Sitnick, who was also attacked at the pepper spray during that riot, died after suffering a stroke the next day. Also, three other people died for medical problems. So when he claimed and he says, "Oh, there's nobody died on January 6th," that's another lie. The other thing he said today, and he claimed that he falsely claims that Democratic Party will force us to buy electric car if they win. Well, they already have power. I mean, they're already in the office. They have the White House, they have the Senate, and they're not doing that. So why are we going to believe what he says? Because it's a lie again. So when it comes to electric car, it's a choice. If you want to buy electric, fine. If you want to continue with the gasoline, fine. So that's also another lie. Trump also exaggerated the role energy prices had on inflation, which he said we were doing this and that, but again, it's false because of so many reasons. We have the war in Ukraine, Russia, so all of this also playing a part when it comes to inflation and also oil. And the other thing to remember and also to remind our audience is that the United States is the largest domestic oil producer and also the world's largest producer of oil if you are not aware of that. So these are some of the stuff he said today. Forget about the past 34,000 lies he said before the last 4 years when he was president. So how can we believe him? Because every time he opens his mouth, he's always lying, and also either he says something false or something plain lie. So he had his opportunity, he had his chance 4 years. When people are moving or getting into that office, nobody has the experience of president. But after 4 years, they come out being expert because there's no job training. But once you are there for 4 years, if you can't even understand the basics in the presidential setting, then what kind of person are you? So Trump learned nothing about that 4 years. He's still the same person he was when he moved into that White House in 2017, and today the same. So why are we going to believe in what he's saying right now? The other thing also to remind here is that Project 2025, that's something everybody's Googling and viewing, even though he's trying to distance himself, all of this, well, he was part of the chief architect of that Project 2025, so we are not buying it. So I'm gonna stop here for now and probably continue this tomorrow. So until next day, probably have a wonderful day next time I will see you.